So this is a super easy yogurt recipe for a Georgian yogurt called Matsoni. And great thing about this is that you don't need any special equipment to make it. You just need milk and a little bit of this yogurt. Let me just show you what sort of yogurt it is in terms of consistency. As you can see, it's got high viscosity, and it's a bit like Greek yogurt, but quite nice and thick and fairly creamy. And great thing with this is that as long as you have a little bit of this yogurt, you can just keep making this yogurt as much as you want. You can buy a starter of this online on eBay, for example, or you can get a bit of this from me. For this recipe, I will be using 3 liters of whole milk. Stir it occasionally so the bottom doesn't get burnt. As you start to see steam coming out, turn the heat down a bit and keep stirring it and wait until it starts to boil. It's been about 20 minutes and it's getting close to boil. At this stage, keep a very close eye on it, because as it starts to boil, it will start to overflow. So you have to take it off heat as soon as that happens. I've turned it back up to high because I just wanted to boil this very quickly. You can see it's boiling now. I'm going to stop it. Hopefully it's not going to overflow. Get in there with the spoon. I think I saved it. So we're just gonna let it sit like this for at least 30 to 40 minutes. We'll come back and check on it. It's been about 40 minutes, so I'm just going to take off some of that cream and put it in the jars. Just fill them up. While we wait for milk to cool down, take out your yogurt, which you will use as a starter. And the way to tell if the milk has cooled down enough or not, take a clean pinky, put it in the milk. If you can hold it in quite comfortably without getting scalded, that means it is ready to go. At the moment it's too hot. I can't hold my finger in there for too long. That means it's too hot. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. It's still hot, but I can hold my finger in there quite comfortably. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of the yogurt in it now. This yogurt was made about a week ago, so I'm going to use about 1/4 of a tablespoon and stir it in each jar. Bearing in mind, if the yogurt is older and more sour, you're going to want to use less than this. Otherwise, you might end up with sour yogurt. Make sure to stir the yogurt in very well, and while you do that, make sure you save some and put this in a fridge, because in case these ones don't turn out as well, you have some backup yogurt that you can try again. I really like using these screw top La Parfait 1 liter jars, because unlike the classic mason jars with the metal clip, these will not rust. They're not completely waterproof, but they do the job. Cover your jars in a towel and then a thick and warm cover like this. All 3 of them are now wrapped snugly together, and we are now going to let them sit for 4 hours. It's been 4 hours, so before we put these in the fridge, you have to make sure that they have solidified. So just going to move this around. As you can see that it has solidified in this one as well. Basically, if it hasn't set, then it will still be like liquid. But as you can see, it's obviously there's some liquid in there, but clearly it has set. If it's still milky and runny and liquidy, leave it, cover it back up for another 30 minutes, check again and see if it has set. If it hasn't, then let it sit again for another 30 minutes and so on. Right now I'm going to put it in the fridge and I'm going to keep it there for at least 12 hours. And it's that simple and easy. I like to have it as it is. I usually garnish it with honey, some milled seeds, or whatever goes really. Fruit, anything is delicious. It's really good in baking, so I really like to use it when making pancakes. I'll do a separate video on pancakes utilizing this yogurt, but it's really good for cooking as well. Enjoy.